Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. So if you're just starting to earn your own money, maybe from a part-time job, a weekend side hustle, or, just a regular allowance, you might be thinking that the ultimate secret to being rich is pretty simple. Just make more money. I mean, it sounds completely logical, right? But today we're going to look at why that is actually a massive, massive myth. We're going to completely flip how you view a paycheck by treating your money like seeds.
Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever noticed this kind of strange phenomenon? You get paid, you feel super rich for about a minute, but then by the end of the month, you're staring at your bank balance asking the ultimate financial mystery of modern life. Where on earth did all my money go? Like, did I seriously drop $50 on iced coffee and video game skins this week?
And hey, let's look at how this actually plays out as people get older. Take an adult making $40,000 a year, who feels totally broke. Now, imagine they work really, really hard, they score a massive promotion, and boom, they're making double, $80,000 a year. But somehow, they still feel totally broke. They upgraded their apartment, they bought a shiny newer car, but they are standing in the exact same stressful financial place.
So why does this happen? It happens because your salary alone does not create wealth. This is literally the big money lesson that most people learn way, way too late in life. A paycheck is really just an opportunity. What you actually do with that opportunity is what decides if you become truly wealthy or if you just turn into someone with really, really expensive bills.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how we can compare two totally different approaches. Let's meet Alex and Ben. Alex earns $5,000 every month. Ben earns double that, $10,000 a month. At a quick glance, who's richer? You'd probably assume Ben is totally winning because his paycheck is twice as big, right? But watch how this actually plays out. Alex spends $3,000 but invests $2,000. Ben, on the other hand, spends $9,800 on luxury stuff.
Let's zoom in on Ben's situation for a second. Think of his income like water flowing into a bucket. And yeah, it's a lot of water. But look at these huge slices draining it all away. You've got the luxury apartment, an expensive car payment, nonstop shopping, constant vacations. It leaves a tiny, tiny 2% slice for his actual future. Ben has what we call a leaky bucket. And honestly, it genuinely doesn't matter how much water flows in if his unnecessary spending just lets it all drain right back out.
Now, contrast that with Alex. After 1 year, Alex actually built something, while Ben just collected a bunch of receipts. Think back to our seed metaphor for a minute. Alex is taking a portion of their monthly seeds and actually planting them in the ground. Ben is just eating every single seed he gets the exact moment they're handed to him.
So why does Ben eat all his seeds? Well, he fell into a hidden trap called lifestyle inflation. This is exactly what happens when your spending increases every single time your income increases. And hey, it happens to all of us. Your brain tells you, hey, I got a bigger allowance so I can finally buy those limited edition sneakers. You get a raise or a better job, and your brain immediately triggers these new rules. It whispers, I worked hard, I deserve something better, or I make more money now so I can totally afford it.
But before you even know it, these new luxuries just become your new normal. The bigger apartment, the wildly expensive daily coffee, getting the brand new phone every single year, these things quickly go from being special treats to just everyday, normal expenses that eat up all your extra seeds. Your income changed, sure, but your actual financial position, it stayed exactly the same.
The psychological villain behind all of this is something called hedonic adaptation. It's a fancy term, but it basically just means that the things that make us super excited today eventually just become our boring, normal baseline.
And this brilliantly illustrates how quickly our brains get bored on what I call the upgrade treadmill. Think about the last expensive thing you bought. Day 1, you notice every single detail. It's totally amazing. Month 1, you're really enjoying using it. Month 3, it's completely normal to you now. By month 6, the excitement has totally vanished and you're already looking around for the next big upgrade. Companies know this, by the way, and they desperately want your salary to fund this endless chase.
The result of that endless chase? You are running faster, but you're not actually moving forward. All that extra effort, that higher salary, it just becomes fuel for the treadmill. You aren't building wealth, you're just paying for the illusion of moving.
And this brings up a massive, massive confusion in our society. People constantly confuse looking wealthy with being wealthy. Looking wealthy is the expensive cars, the luxury lifestyle, the flashy designer clothes. But looking wealthy costs a lot of money, and it drains your bucket. Being wealthy, that's the investment accounts and the emergency funds.
And that requires actually keeping your money. So many people accidentally trade away their future freedom just for the temporary comfort of looking successful today.
Which means real wealth is usually totally invisible. The person driving that completely average 5-year-old car might actually have total financial freedom. They have a massive, invisible underground orchard of planted seeds just growing for them. Meanwhile, the person driving the flashy luxury sports car in the next lane, they might be incredibly stressed out about making next month's payments. The outside almost never tells the full story.
Let's move to and see how this builds into an actual plan. How do we fix the leaky bucket and start planting that invisible orchard? Well, it basically comes down to 3 steps. Create a gap, buy things that pay you back, and understand what enough really means. All right, step 1 is creating the gap. This is simply the space between what you earn and what you spend. If you can control your expenses even when your income goes up, this gap becomes your financial engine. It literally represents the extra seeds you actually get to keep.
Step 2 is buying things that actually pay you back. Look, most purchases just take your money away forever. But if you take the money from your gap and use it to learn new skills or buy equipment for a side hustle or consistently invest it, you're planting those seeds. You're making financial decisions that create way more value over time, and you're moving to a place where your money actually works for you.
Finally, step 3, understand what enough means. I've got to warn you, there will absolutely always be someone with nicer stuff on your feed. Someone will always have more. But if you don't define what enough means for you personally, you're going to be stuck in an endless comparison game. The true goal of money isn't having the most things. It's having choices. The choice to spend your time exactly how you want and to live with far, far less stress.
It really all comes back to this one fundamental choice: eating the seed today versus planting the seed for tomorrow. Every single dollar you get has 2 possible jobs. Job 1, buy temporary comfort today. You eat it. Job 2, create massive opportunities for tomorrow. You plant it.
So the crucial point is that wealthy people focus on planting seeds. A paycheck might give you comfort, sure, but your habits, specifically choosing to plant instead of eat, are what actually create freedom in the long run.
Which leaves us with a final, pretty provocative thought. The next time you get paid, whether it's right now as a team at the part-time job or way down the road in your career, don't look at your paycheck and ask, what can this money buy me? Ask yourself a much, much better question. What can this money build for me?